Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, so today I'm bringing you a full review for the Microsoft Surface Pro. So keep in mind this is a full PC device technically, even though it is a tablet and it's kind of in the realm between an Ultrabook and a tablet really, because it has the dimensions closer to a tablet. However, in terms of processing, it's pretty much right on there with all most Ultrabooks or MacBook Airs and things such as that nature. So really the thing is to find out how this device performs and whether you should buy it, and depending on who you are. Alright, so let's go over some of the basics. So this device comes in at $899. $999 for the 128 gig, and then of course a keyboard will cost you about $129 if I'm not mistaken for the type keyboard. You should definitely get the type. You would waste your money on the touch keyboard. It's just not worth it in comparison. So that's very good to know, and check out the keyboard review if you want to check that out. In terms of how this device runs, it runs pretty smooth. Very quick for like Windows 8 operations. However, in terms of running like a PC, that's a little different. So in terms of look and feel, for the Surface tablet, you know, it's going to be a little bit bigger compared to its RT counterpart, and a lot of it comes from this part right here. It's where the fans are, and it definitely does get warm at times. On this side you have the full USB slot on this side, as well as you do have you know, a micro SD card slot. You do have I believe this is a display port of some kind, but I'm not positive on that. It's proprietary, I believe. And you have a power connector. It also comes with, of course, the little stylus pen, which I will be going over on a separate video, and how it compares to writing, as well as how it compares to the Note 10.1. So on your lock screen, you can just swipe up, or of course you can set up a password to use it. So I will use my regular password. Now you can not use this if you want, and you can instead use a touch lock picture, or touch picture lock pattern, and you can unlock it that way. In terms of look and feel, it's definitely heavier for a tablet. It's still easier to carry around than per se a PC, but not by much. It's you know, it's really more because of the smaller screen, but it's not really by much that it's a lot easier. In terms of, you know, feel, I mean, still I love the fact that it has a kickstand built into it, but it's not as light as I would like it, definitely, and it definitely weighs down, and it feels that way. So this is one thing. Now in terms of web browsing, we do have a really nice web browser on here. You get basically the full experience on a tablet. So this is not you know, a light version of Internet Explorer. This is full Internet Explorer. So you really do get the full Internet Explorer feel with Silverlight, as well as Adobe Flash. So you get all of the support available on it. So it really is the best web browsing experience. There's no stutter or lag, and you can open up different tabs and see how they're going, and it's just really it really is a pleasure to use. There's nothing wrong with this in terms of browsing the web. You'll really get a great experience from it. My only complaint is that you can't do more of like a split screen unless you're in the desktop view. If you're in the desktop view, then you say you can have like Internet Explorer or even Chrome, and then you could split them up in the desktop view, but you can't do that on the regular view. Now you can do this, which is the 2/3 thing, but it's not the same as having, of course, a full split screen. So I I miss that about, for my web browsing needs, because the 2/3 and 1/3 replacement of the split screen just isn't as good. So that is one thing that I have to admit with web browsing that I do miss. I'm notorious for always having a split screen, whether it be two web browsers or a web browser in another program, and with apps you cannot do split screen. So that's important to note. It's something that I hope is changed with an update of Windows 8 that I just miss. So in terms of music quality, let's check out the music. So let's play some music. And let's play it. Really nice interface, I gotta say, with the music. You know, that you can see the person's albums and songs they have and everything. And I have skipped this ahead. So one thing hopefully you guys could hear was that in terms of bass, there is none. And in terms of, it's loud. Well, no, it's not even loud. I would say it's clear. It's very clear, but it has no bass, and it has no it's very lackluster. It's not that loud, and it has no bass. It's very clear. Like, I can hear every, but it just doesn't, it misses like a wow factor. It's just definitely missing. And that is one thing that's just not as nice. And this app seemed to have reset itself from where I had it. So, yep, it definitely reset itself. So, let me just search. And then I'll be able to play you guys the video. Alright.
Oh good, accounting's here.
I know you're busy with the launch, but we gotta talk. The game is over budget.
Creative guys, business guys, we need to communicate. No more redundancies.
Redundancies from the woman with two phones.
Well, I need one for work and one for home.
It sounds redundant.
You ever write a long email on one of these or take a picture on one of these?
I haven't done that, no.
So, until someone makes a phone that can do both really well.
Am I sensing sarcasm here?
Do more with the Galaxy S3 and Note
So
2.
keep in mind, this was a 1080p video, so it was, it's a very good quality video, but in terms of how it actually performed, again, very, very clean, great for watching videos, I would say, in terms of clarity, but the sound really gets it. As long as you have headphones on, you're fine. But the sound quality is it really has gotten to me. I expected more, especially for a device at this kind of price. Be it there are not every laptop always has really great speakers, but I've definitely even heard like a better sound quality from a tablet, from other tablets such as the Samsung ones that have speakers in the front. There are better sounding tablets out there. So that just does, it is a bit disappointing, let's say that. Now, in terms of camera quality, I did forget to take a photo, but we'll just take one right now so you guys can see it live. Alright, yes, use the camera, and now we can see it right here. And let's take a picture. So, you can see, this actually came out a little bit more focused in here, but just definitely nothing really you can make out. It's not even letting me pinch to zoom more, probably because the megapixel is just under 1, so it's just really not allowing you to pinch all that close. So it's definitely not the best. Both cameras are about 1 megapixel on the front and on the back, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, you have a 0.9 right here. And then if we switch it over to the back camera, which it's only facing our box, again, less than 1 megapixel. So not the best cameras, forget about it. It's not the best camera, I guess, for video chatting, but even for video chatting, you want a little bit better quality, I would say. Gaming. So gaming, I have done 2 gaming reviews, so make sure to check both of them out. But we have a interesting thing here with gaming. Okay, so on the one hand, for app gaming, we don't have really almost any. It's very, very light on on gaming apps. So we don't really have any of that. So my first reaction was to be, this is horrible for gaming. It's not that great. However, I was like, wait a minute, this is a full PC. I can put Steam on here. So when I did that, we tested out how Steam games would play on here. And here's the thing. They play good in a sense, but you're definitely not getting the highest quality of any game out there. And these were basic games. I mean, I did Devil May Cry 4, Portal, and Civilization 5. All 3 not too demanding. Devil May Cry actually turned out to be the most demanding one actually out of all of them. And it didn't play as well. Check out the game review to look more into it. But for gaming, I don't think I would recommend this for a gamer, just because obviously you have the Intel graphics card. It's funny because when I was playing Portal, it was like, I don't even recognize this graphics card. Are you sure you want to even try this? And I was like, yes. So it's, in terms of gaming, I would say it's a good gaming computer. However, it is not something I would recommend for a gamer, if that makes any sense. If you're casual gaming, you're fine. If you're an advanced gamer, you don't want this. All right. In terms of battery life, honestly, this is one of the biggest disappointments. Coming from the Surface RT to this, it was just, as most reviewers have said, it's just a very, very disappointing. This has about a 3 to 4 hour battery. Definitely nowhere near the Surface RT, which was like an 11-hour battery. And I don't know why. I don't know why this has such a lower battery. I know that it has more RAM. Obviously, we have a full computer PC with i5 processor on here, but Ultrabooks can last way longer than that. So if you're competing against tablets or Ultrabooks in this case, especially at this price point, you would expect a really long battery life, and you do not get it with this device. In terms of extras, you do get that pen, which I don't have with me unfortunately right now, but it's not that much. I mean, the pen, I found myself using it at the beginning, and then I was just like, I'm just going to touch it with my finger because it's quicker. The write to text is slow, especially when compared to other devices like the Note 10.1. It just wasn't on par. In terms of the tablet overall for extras, you do have obviously a great keyboard you can get, but that is separate. It's not included in the price. Even if you get it with the touch keyboard, I just don't recommend it. You want to get the type keyboard, so there's no real bundle deal for the type keyboard at this time. You do have a full USB, you do have a micro SD card slot, so you have those 2 advantages, of course, for the extras, but I just feel like it is lacking. And the biggest thing, of course, is the price. In terms of price point, this is very hard to measure. So it is obviously $899 for the 64 gig or $999 for the 128 gig. And then you still want to get a keyboard, so that's going to be another $130 added on top of that. So you're talking about for, $1,130 before taxes, you're getting a device that can replace any computer for basic usage, but here's the thing. For that kind of price, you can get a much better Ultrabook that lasts a lot longer in battery life. You can get 2 amazing tablets that will do everything for basic usage. Heck, you can get even a Windows RT tablet and a decent laptop for that price. So this is kind of the problem with this device. I don't see it as a better trade-off than simply going out there and buying an Ultrabook or buying even a regular Windows computer for like $600 and then getting a top-of-the-line tablet for $500. Yes, that's 2 devices, but I mean, your tablet can kind of use all your basic needs, and then even an Ultrabook would be a lot better, even if we see those new convertible ones that are coming out from such companies like Samsung, Lenovo, and Asus. I can't recommend this over those. So that's my conclusion on the Surface Pro. I don't see a market for this device. I think it's a good try. I think it has a promising future for the next edition. But in terms of this device, I would say definitely they need to up the graphics if they want to appeal to gamers. And make the apps compatible with the controller. That was another thing that was really weird, was the controller wasn't compatible with the Pro off the like when I put in the USB, it did not work. I had to install the drivers, where the Windows RT version just worked plug and play. And this didn't work with any of the apps, but it did work with the regular game. So I just find that weird that it seems inconsistent. It's not that it's a bad device. It's just for what else is out there, there's usually much better. So that's my review on the Surface Pro. Disappointed, to be honest. I expected more, and I just didn't get it. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.